I hope you're having a tremendous day. Now let's get into it. The Urban Paraphrase.
John chapter 4. When they told Jesus the religious frat boys heard about the stuff he was doing, you know, how he was dunking people in water and whatnot, and how he had more students than John had, but really, he wasn't even the one dunking people in water. His students was. But anyway, when he heard they was talking, he chunked deuces and headed to Galilee. I'm out. But the thing about going to Galilee, he had to travel through Samaria to get there. Ugh. So he made it to a little town next to the place the OG Jacob left his shorty Joseph, called Sychar. That's what Jacob's watering well was. So Jesus made it out there about 12 noon, and he was wore out from the long trip. So he sat down at the well. A little while later, a sister from down there showed up, trying to get some water. And Jesus was like, "Sis, let me get a drink of that." His students had ran to the store right quick to get some food. So it was just him and her. But when Jesus said that to her, she was like, "Seriously? How you being a Jewish brother and all, gonna fix your mouth to ask me for a drink? I'm a Samaritan." Kid, Jewish people didn't fool up with Samaritan people like that at all. And they showed didn't share no cups and bowls and stuff like that. Nasty. And Jesus was like, "If you only knew what God was giving out and who was really asking for a drink, you'd be asking him. And he'd have gave you some of that water that's alive." Then the lady was like, "Sir, no shade, but you ain't even got no bucket or nothing out here. And it's well deep. So where you supposed to be getting this so-called living water from? You crazy. On top of that, are you more important than our kinfolk, the OG Jacob, Uncle Jake, his boys, his animals? They all used to drink out of this well, and he gave it to us to drink from." But Jesus was like, "Facts. But whoever take a swig of this water gonna get thirsty again. But the ones who drink the water I'm talking about ain't gonna be thirsty and now another day in their life. You dig? Matter of fact, the water I'm giving out gonna be an internal watering well, gushing and bubbling up forever." Then the lady was like, "Yes, sir. Let me get some of that though. I don't wanna keep getting thirsty and having to come down and pull water out." Jesus was like, "All right, cool. Go get your husband right quick and meet me back out here." Verse 17. She was like, "Excuse me? I ain't got none." And Jesus was like, "You right. Low key, you had 5. And the one you're with now, y'all ain't even married. So you speaking facts." Oh my God. And she was like, "Oh, okay, all right. I see you a little messenger from God or whatever. Our kinfolks used to bow down and show God love on this here mountain, this Garrison Mountain. But y'all Jewish people say you're supposed to bow down and show God love in Jerusalem." But Jesus was like, "Sis, believe me, a time coming where you ain't gonna be able to bow down and show God love on this mountain or in Jerusalem. No shade, but y'all Samaritans be bowing down and showing love to stuff y'all don't even know about. But we know exactly what we bowing down and showing love to, because the rescue's flowing out of the Jewish people's camp. Yep, a time is coming, and low-key, it's here right now, when the real lovers of God gonna bow down and show him love with their breath and in reality too. Real talk, that's the kind of people Daddy want bowing down and showing them love, them real ones. God is a spirit, wind, breath, and everybody who bow down and show him love gotta do it with breath and in reality. After that, the lady was like, "I'm fully aware the chosen one is on his way. And when he get here, he gonna put us on game and explain everything." And Jesus was like, "Yep, you right. On the cool, you speaking to him right now. Verse 27. When Jesus' students made it back from the store and pulled up and saw him chopping it up with the Samaritan lady, they started bugging. Who is that? But didn't nobody ask what she wanted or why Jesus was fooling with her in the first place. Then the lady left her water jar right there and went back to town. She told the brothers out there, "Hey, y'all come check out this dude I just met. He put me on blast. I need y'all to come see if this is really the chosen one." So they started making their way out there to the well to check Jesus out. Meanwhile, the students was trying to get Jesus to eat something, but Jesus was like, "I'm good. I already got food. But y'all don't know nothing about that though." Then the students started talking to each other like, "Who in the world could have snuck out here and brought them a snack?" Jesus was like, "My food is doing what God sent me out here to do. Your boy out here to finish what he started. Don't y'all youngsters say something like 4 more months to go, then it's reaping time?" Yeah. Or something like that. Well, open your eyes. Look out in the fields. The grain is dazzling white and ready to be pulled up right now. Matter of fact, the reaper been paid and collecting fruit with no end in sight. The one who planted it and the one who collecting it gonna both turn up and get lit together. That old saying about somebody plant, somebody else collects is being played out right now. Wow. I sent y'all out there to collect stuff. Y'all ain't even broke a sweat to plant or water it. But somebody else sowed it with their blood, sweat, and tears. And y'all eating off of them. Verse 39. All because of what the sister went back and told the people about Jesus, how he read her mail and stuff. A whole gang of Samaritans started believing in Jesus. And when they made their way out there to meet him, they all wanted to know if he'd stay out there and chill with them for a minute. So Jesus was like, "No doubt." And he kicked it out there with them for 2 days straight. And more Samaritans started believing after they heard what he had to say. They looked at the sister and was like, "Now we don't believe it just because you came back and told us. We done heard it for ourselves. And this right here, he is the savior of the world." After them 2 days, Jesus headed back to Galilee. And out of his own mouth, he was like, "A messenger from God don't get no love in their own hood." When Jesus and them got to Galilee, the people out there gave him a warm welcome because of all the stuff he was doing in Jerusalem over the holidays. They was out there in Jerusalem celebrating too, and they seen him. Verse 46. Then he headed back to Cana, Galilee, where he had took those jars of water and turned them into wine. Well, there was this big baller shot caller dude out there whose shorty was at home sick in Capernaum. When dude heard Jesus came all the way to Galilee from Judea, he went and begged him to come to Capernaum to heal his son, who was badly hanging on. Then Jesus was like, "See, y'all the kind of people who always got to see something amazing before y'all believe something is legit." But dude was like, "Sir, can you please come before my son die?" And Jesus was like, "You go on ahead, head on out. He gonna be all right." And dude took Jesus' word for it and bounced. But while he was on his way to the crib, some of his workers met him in the street and was like, "Sir, your boy, he alive and well." Oh my God. Then the big baller shot caller dude was like, "Hey, do y'all remember the exact time my shorty started feeling better?" Then the workers was like, yeah, his fever broke about 7 o'clock yesterday." Whoa. Then the big timer realized that was the exact same time Jesus told him his son was gonna be all right. And that was the moment that the big timer and everybody in his house started believing in God for real. That was the second miraculous thing Jesus ever did.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with the latest devotional content.